one of the key elements of a Stream, which is Acuity Risk Management's product, is the real-time risk engine. So what we're able to do is take in a number of different types of external data, connect to different pieces of software, and really be that command center that tells you what your risk profile is at any given moment and where you need to improve your security posture.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me is Acuity Risk Management CEO, David Rajakovich. David, very good to speak with you. For viewers not familiar with the company, tell us more about Acuity Risk Management and what you do.
Yeah, Acuity Risk Management is in the cyber GRC space. So we don't provide the say firewalls or immediate defense against cyber security threats. However, we are monitoring your entire infrastructure and your risk profile. And we're telling you where your greatest vulnerabilities are, where your greatest priorities are for investment. So basically, what we do is connect to a number of different sources of external data, as well as other tools that you may have. And we can give you a very strong indication of what your return on investment would be for various cyber programs or initiatives.
David, you recently took over as CEO. Could you give us a bit more about your background, please?
Sure, I'm an entrepreneur and CEO. I think the most relevant experience that I can tell you about is with a company called Skill Dynamics, which I helped to co-found a number of years ago, grew that business rapidly, and had two very highly successful private equity exits in that business. I went on to become CEO before taking over here at Acuity Risk Management. I've done some angel investing. I've advised a number of startups to small and medium-sized businesses. And I'm fortunate to have this opportunity at Acuity Risk Management, which is in an absolutely great space and has some world-class expertise and an absolutely great product that we are going to be promoting and releasing into the world. So that's about me, a little bit about me in a nutshell.
So tell us more about the product then, David, and the power that it has.
Sure. I think one of the key elements of a Stream, which is Acuity Risk Management's product, is the real-time risk engine. So what we're able to do is take in a number of different types of external data, connect to different pieces of software, and really be that command center that tells you what your risk profile is at any given moment and where you need to improve your security posture. Another great thing about Stream is our ability to implement it quickly. So we're not only able to implement Stream quickly, but we're able to configure it to personalize it to your organization without having to do a great deal of coding.
Do you target any particular industries, David? Who are your customers?
We're very strong in government and defense at the moment. So we serve a number of the most secure UK government agencies, which tells you a little bit about how secure our offering is and how much depth that it has. We also are fairly strong in terms of financial institutions, and we're looking at even broadening our customer base into highly regulated areas such as pharmaceutical companies, further into financial, and I'm sure we'll get into this later. We have some very exciting partnerships that will allow us to expand our reach even within UK government agencies. Beyond that, we are looking to further our offering for mid-market companies, say 500 employees or so, that are looking to achieve certifications such as ISO 27001 or SOC 2, or compliance with various frameworks or with regulation. And there's a huge white space in this area that our product is already set up to deliver for. However, we haven't reached out to them in the past, and that's really one of the exciting areas that in which we could grow.
You broadened your offering last year with the acquisition of Rizikon from Crossword Cybersecurity, which you
Yeah.
said at the time was a pivotal milestone in your growth journey. Take us through how that does complement your offering.
So Rizikon, we purchased that, and we didn't purchase it because of the software as such. However, the main reason we purchased it was the customer base was adjacent to ours, and we felt would be a very good fit for what Stream does. So to be able to upsell to their customer base was really the main reason for that acquisition. And that has played out so far. So we've been able to upsell a number of their clients, and we'll eventually be transitioning some of those clients onto the Stream platform. And the beauty of what Stream does is it does basically everything that Rizikon does in a slightly different way, but it does more than that. So many of the customers that Rizikon had have been delighted to see what Stream can offer and really go beyond, so improve their sort of risk management maturity level by coming onto Stream. And that's what we're seeing so far.
David, you mentioned some exciting partnerships that are upcoming. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, I can't talk about specific names here because they're not quite finished yet, but they will be household names for those that are following government and defense contracting, and that much I can tell you. We already have very strong partnerships with the likes of BSI, Logicalis, and CGI is another strong partner for us. We are looking at improving, and by improving, I mean condensing our number of partnerships because we have a number of great partnerships. We want to really focus, though, on the ones that are fully committed to delivering Stream and becoming the platform upon which, for instance, consultants base their offering. There's also the potential to deliver for individual software vendors. So think companies like, just to pull one out of the air, Splunk or um, other large vendors that would be able to fit our offering within their larger software ecosystem. And we feel like that is another potential area. Partnerships as well are possible with consultants who are trusted to deliver certification for more mid-market companies. So we have three different areas of partnerships, and that's something that we're pursuing. Um, and actually, one of these potential partnerships has come from the purchase of Rizikon. To go back to an earlier point.
David, partnerships aside, what else should investors be looking out for from Acuity Risk Management?
Yeah, Acuity Risk Management is well positioned, I think, to grow very quickly in the months and even in years ahead. So we're looking at mostly organic growth now. Eventually, as the share price comes up, we'll be looking to expand and potentially even add on. I think the main thing that I'd like to get across is the fact that we do have a very clear and revised go-to-market strategy. So there's really two prongs to that approach. One is a the new product offering that's going to unlock a great deal of potential in terms of product-led growth. And what that will do is allow us to access the more mid-market companies in which we can get companies on board quickly, get them seeing value, deliver, for example, compliance with or achieving certifications, compliance with various and multiple frameworks, as well as and basically allow and grow with them. In terms of our second prong of our go-to-market strategy, that we hope to achieve through, well, we will achieve through partnerships. We have some partners that I've talked about before. We have some potentially very exciting new partners that will allow us to get in even earlier in the buying cycle, and therefore we'll be well positioned by the time they get to the sort of ongoing monitoring phase of of their cyber maturity. In which case, as these partners have already implemented Stream along the way, it will be just natural that we carry on the relationship for years to come.
Well, David, I hope you'll keep us posted on the progress on that path. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Great. Thank you very much, Stephen.
That's David Rajakovich, the CEO of Acuity Risk Management.